My professional life takes over my personal time. My work never seems to end, because of which I have to compromise on my professional life. If this is your question and this is your situation, then I answer that in a very elaborate manner in this episode of Get Real with Rajiv, along with 3 more questions and 1 special gift for you. So make sure you tune into episode number 78 of Get Real with Rajiv to find an answer to 4 powerful questions and get 1 amazing gift from my side. See you in episode number 78. Hello everyone, welcome to episode number 78 of Get Real with Rajiv. Like every single week, I'm going to be answering 4 questions, and today we have Ashlesha in the house who's going to be the voice of your questions. So Ashlesha, what's the first question?
First question is from Prashant, and he asks, what methods and practices do you suggest to unload responsibilities and hire someone to do the tasks? I find doing the task unnatural and automatic, but when I try to delegate it to others, the outcome seems inconsistent, and usually there aren't enough tasks to delegate into a new position.
Okay, Prashant, so firstly, what you asked is very, very relevant. For a business owner, it comes very natural to do the work that there is, and it's very easy to take on whatever work is there and get it done because you're used to doing it. So first, let's understand the question, why should you delegate the task? The reason why you should delegate the task is because you need to understand that you cannot do everything. No person as an individual has built a business empire. Remember that. Business is a team sport. So I'm glad at least you're open to delegation. Now, when it comes to delegation, here are some things that you need to keep in mind. Here are some steps you need to follow. The first step in delegation is to have clarity and create clarity for the person. What clarity do you need to have and do you need to create for the person to whom you are delegating the task? You need to have the clarity of what result are you expecting from that individual, and you also need to create clarity for that individual. How can they get the result? What are the tasks and activities that they need to do? You need to break it down for them in a step-by-step sequential manner so they have absolute clarity and there's no ambiguity here. The second step is this. Once you have created clarity of the goal as well as the task in a step-by-step sequential manner, the second element that you need to keep in mind is the competence of the individual. What do I mean by this? When you're delegating the task to an individual, do they have the required attitude? Do they have the required skills? Do they have the required knowledge to produce the result? Because remember, if you want a result, a person needs to have the required attitude, skills, and knowledge. I have a simple philosophy. No ask equals no task, which means no attitude, skill, and knowledge. ASK is ask equals you should not delegate the task. Having said that, if you feel that there is a lack of competence in a person, then you need to focus on developing that individual. Now, how do you develop people on the job? The best method to develop people on the job is shadowing, where you are doing the task, they are watching, they are observing, and then you are doing the task with them, and then they are doing the task and you are watching and giving feedback. Now, in this process of developing people, Prashant, please understand that there will be quality lapses, there will be delays, there will be variances of output, there will be some unhappy customers, there may be some customers lost as well. But all of this is your investment in building a team. And only entrepreneurs who have a long-term vision and not a short-term view, only such people are open to letting go and delegating and following this process of clarity, competence, and shadowing. So I hope you understand, Prashant, that in your journey of delegation, you may have to experience that uncertainty, you may have to experience those quality lapses, but be there and handhold people. Never give up on people and take it upon yourself to do things, because a lot of entrepreneurs fall into this trap of thinking that, hey, if I do it, it's easier to get things done. It's easier than explaining to people, teaching people, training people, developing people, and going through the mistakes. I rather do all the work by myself. Such entrepreneurs never build anything that is scalable because they become the bottleneck of their business. So I hope you understood the journey of delegation. It's about clarity, competence development, and shadowing. With that, let's go to the second question for this week. So Ashlesha, what's the second question?
This one's from Neil. He says, I've heard you say that setting only financial goals is not the right way. Can you please elaborate on what else to set goals on?
Okay, Neil. So here's what I'm going to do. Technically, I should ask you to register for my Business Space program, because this is where I teach people in detail and make them set holistic scientific goals. Now, what do I mean by holistic scientific goals? Yes, Many people have heard me say this, that when you set only financial goals or when you only fix a sales target, that is not a goal. And the reason I say that is because I want you to think about it. If you're setting a financial goal or a sales target for your business and that's the only type of goal you're setting, then that's not a goal. Then that's a wish. Because you wish you make that much money. You wish you make that 50 lakhs, 1 crore, 5 crores, 10 crores, 20 crores, whatever that amount is. It's just a plain wish because this is just a number. The key is to set holistic scientific goals. Yes, there is a science to goal setting, and most people have no idea what is the science of goal setting, and that's why they just set financial goals and run after them. Now let me give you a sneak peek into the science of goal setting. I believe any business needs to set 5 types of goals. You need to set a financial goal. That's the first type of goal, but only setting a financial goal is incomplete. You need to set that financial goal. That's your first type of goal. Second type of goal is a customer focused goal. What do I mean by a customer focused goal? To achieve your financial goals, you need to acquire a certain number of customers and you need to deliver a certain quantity of your goods or services to that customer at a certain quality parameter that goods or services have to be delivered within a certain time frame. So breaking down how many customers, what quantity, what quality, what time frame is your customer centric goals. So only when you set and achieve customer centric goals will you achieve your financial goal. Now, to achieve your customer centric goals, you need to have clear functional goals. What do I mean by functional goals? In any business, there are 7 functions: marketing, sales, operations, R&D, accounts, human resources, and management. In each function, you need to have clear goals. In marketing, you need to have clear goals of how many leads do we need to generate, what strategy will we use to generate those leads. In sales, you need to have clear goals of how much revenue do we need to generate, what strategy and system will we use to close that many deals. In operations, you need to have goals of what quality, what cost will we deliver or produce our goods or services in, and what process flow will we use to produce those goods or services. So in every function, you need to have clear goals, which is functional goals. So I want you to see the connection. To achieve your financial goals, you need to achieve customer-centric goals. To achieve your customer-centric goals, you need to achieve your functional goals. Now, to achieve your functional goals, you need to set and achieve your team goals. What do I mean by that? You need to have the right number of people to get the job done with the right capability, with the right culture, with the right career growth path for them. Because if you don't have the right capacity, the right competence, and the right culture within your team, even though you have clear goals for your functions, even though you have clear strategies, things will not get implemented, things will not get executed. So you need to have clear team goals. And then you need to have clear learning goals. Learning goals are goals of skills and knowledge that you need to develop and your team members need to develop. Because the game is very simple. The more you grow, the more your team members grow in their capabilities, the more your performance grows. So you need to have clear learning goals of skills and knowledge that you and your team members need to acquire so that you become more capable and you produce better quality of results. So if you see the connection, to achieve your financial goals, you need to set and achieve customer-centric goals. To achieve customer-centric goals, you need to set and achieve financial goals. To achieve your financial goals, you need to achieve your functional goals, that's the third one. And to set and achieve your functional goals, you need to achieve your team goals. To set and achieve your team goals, you need to set and achieve your learning goals. Most entrepreneurs have no idea. Some of you need to watch this video and rewind. You need to pause and make notes and you're like, what the hell? I've never thought about this in my life. But that's the power of Get Real with Rajiv episodes, ladies and gentlemen. And I want you to understand. Only when you set and achieve these goals in these 5 areas do you produce the results that you desire. Business is a science. Unfortunately, most people don't understand the science, so they just use their common sense, feel motivated, set a number, run after it, work really hard, get nowhere. If you'd like to know the science, register for the Business Space program. I said register for the Business Space program because day 1 of the Business Space program is about learning the different types of financial goals, customer goals, functional goals, team goals, learning goals, and creating those goals, presenting it to a coach from my team and getting feedback. Register for the Business Space program. Sorry for the ad break, but that question was too tempting for me to promote it. So I hope you got clarity of what are the types of goals you need to set. With that, let's move to the third question of the week. So Ashlesha, what's the third question of the week?
Shah says, sometimes we overdo professional work due to demand and lose time for personal life. How do I balance it?
Well, Shah, it's like this, right? Firstly, it's about an individual's approach to business and to life. Some people's approach to business and life is My work is everything, my business is everything, and my business is my life. Some people's approach is, my business is a part of my life, it is not my life. That's my approach. That my business is a part of my life, it's not my life. Now, this may not sound very cool and charismatic as an entrepreneur, but I can tell you this, it's more fulfilling. It is more fulfilling to have this thought process that my work is a part of my life and it is not my life. It's way more fulfilling. So firstly, it starts with the intention. Now, the fact that you're asking me this question, Shah, I'm assuming that you're asking me this question because you want to live a life where your work is a part of your life, and you're not asking me this question because your spouse or your partner is troubling you and saying you're not spending too much time with me. Forced answers or forced questions never get a solution. Now, considering, I'm assuming that you want to live a life where your work is a part of your life, please understand this. In the stage of every person who's a professional, be it an entrepreneur or a working professional, remember one reality. The work will never end. This is a reality, so let that sink in. I think we need to put some music to let it sink in for people. Your work will never end. What do I mean by this? Most people have this notion, oh, when I grow till this level, then I will have free time. Then I grow to this level, then I have free time. What are you smoking, my friend? The more you grow, the more your work grows. So don't have this assumption that when I reach this stage, then my work will be less, then I'll have more time for family, then I'll have more time for my health. That's never going to happen. Your work will always remain, it will only grow. So knowing that, you need to know how to switch off. You need to know when to press the exit button at work. Most people don't know how to press the exit button. 7, 8 p.m., they shut shop, go back home, and they open the laptop there again. That's not called shutting down. And you will always have a valid reason. Oh, but Rajiv, I have this client deadline. Oh, but Rajiv, I have to respond to this. Oh, but Rajiv, I have to do that. If that's your case, look, I'm all for stretching under certain circumstances. But when you keep stretching every day, then you overstretch. And when you overstretch, then you tear. जब फटके निकलता है ना, तब पता चलता है कि यार, what's the meaning of life? So I don't want you to stretch so much that you tear. That's where you need to understand that if the work is never ending and you are not able to switch off, that's the time for you to understand that you need to leverage yourself. How do you leverage yourself? That's where you need to build teams. That's when you need to create systems. That's when you need to have clarity in every area of your life. So let me tell you one exercise that I find very powerful. Setting goals in every area of your life is one way to make sure that you're not making your work life. See, the reason why people work so much on their work and don't work that much on their life is because they don't know what they want to accomplish in their life. And that's why I have a system which is called the And Life system, where I teach people, where I teach entrepreneurs for free how to live a holistic life, where I show them, I break it down to them. What are those 7 areas of your life where you need to set goals? You need to have clarity. Because only when you have clear goals in every area of your life, and only when you break down clear systems for every area of your life, will you make clear progress in every area of your life. No goals equals no direction. Simple as that. So if you'd like to know a little bit more about the And Life, Pawan, what's the call to action to give them? Do I ask them to register? Will there be a link in the bio? Okay, we'll put a link in the bio. Make sure you register for the And Life training. It's a free training. Just come and understand and widen your horizon. That's when you play a bigger game. People who only work on their work are actually playing a very small game. People who work on their life are the ones who are playing the bigger game. So, see you at the And Life training. This one's free. I'm not selling. Khushi se le lo. Okay? With that, let's go to the 4th question and the final question of the week. Ashlesha, what's the 4th and final question? Shah, I hope you got your answer. Switch off. Yeah.
Yes, this one's from Ravi, and he says, I'm a makeup artist and I have been trying to build an able team to scale up my business. The problem though is that everybody these days wants to create their own brand and they do not want to work under someone for a long time. How do I find the right people to work with me?
So Ravi, 2 or 3 inputs for you. Firstly, yes, it's a reality. People don't want to work in the same place for a long time. Nowadays, marriages don't last. You can't expect your team members to last forever. So just accept that as a reality. Having said that, as a makeup artist, please understand that the initial team that you need to build needs to come in with complementary skills and capabilities. So if you are the personal brand, if Ravi is that makeup artist with the magic touch, then Ravi needs a social media team. Now, Ravi needs a video team, a video editor. Ravi needs an admin and a personal secretary or an executive assistant who can take up Ravi's bookings and handle the invoicing and stuff like that. So the team that you need needs to be around you. It's like you are the flower, they are the bees. They are around you. That's the kind of team you need, especially in a profession like makeup artistry, where it's about a personality, it's about building a personal brand. Now, if you feel, but Rajiv, I am saturated. I don't have capacity to take more orders. On peak dates during weddings, I have to say no to business, and I don't want to say no to that business. And therefore, I want to build a team of makeup artists who work under the shadow of my brand and service my clients. Even that is possible, Ravi. And for you to do that, you need to hire the right people from the right psychographic background. What do I mean by a psychographic background? Firstly, you definitely need to hire people who know makeup artistry so that they can do a good job and deliver the promise to the customer which your brand stands for. So capability of the person is a given. You need to find such people. The second thing you need to look for, at least from this profile of people, is you need to look for people who are more than happy to be having that stability and security and are not looking at, oh, I want to build my own personal brand. And there are enough people who come from such backgrounds where for them entrepreneurship is a far-fetched thought, and they just look at being somebody in a professional career where they have stability and security. So there are such people. Validate that at the time of hiring. And even after you do that, please create a platform for your team members to grow. Please create a platform for your team members to evolve in their confidence. And if they leave, just know that's your contribution to the society. You can also tell your children you have contributed to Startup India and whatever other entrepreneurship movement we have. But at the same time, Ravi, please understand, it's the environment you create that makes sure people are retained. It's the career growth you provide that makes sure people are retained. It's the financial growth that you provide that makes sure people are retained. If you're able to provide all of these things, you will be able to build a team. Some will leave, but you will still be successful in building a team. So with that, we come to the end of episode number 78 of Get Real with Rajiv. If you found value in the answers to the questions in this series, then make sure you share this video so that more entrepreneurs get this information and are benefited by it. And if you have a question for my next episodes, then put it in the comment section below or send your questions on this WhatsApp number that is flashing on your screen. With that, this is me, Rajiv Talreja, signing off. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.